Hey guys, what is up? It's Jaren and welcome back to my channel. So today's pretty special. Womier has reached out to me so that I could review their keyboard. This is the first time that I was asked to review a keyboard, so that's pretty special, yes. And that keyboard is Womier's WK61 60% mechanical keyboard. And of course, as usual, we will first be unboxing the keyboard. So for my first impressions of the Womier WK61, the one that was sent to me was the ice blue or the glacier blue. There's also a Tiffany color and a phantom black. So at the time, the phantom black was not available yet. That's why I was sent the glacier blue instead. I would have liked the phantom black, but that's okay. So first of all, Womier is a company from China, if I'm not mistaken. They are under the XVX shop on Amazon, if you want to check them out. So back to the keyboard. So this keyboard is a 60% mechanical keyboard, fully hot swappable, and one of the most important things, this is only wired. This keyboard is not wireless, as people may assume that this is wireless. It is not. No receiver, no Bluetooth, completely wired, which is not bad. For me, it's not bad. I would prefer a wired keyboard, especially when gaming. I don't want to be disconnected from the game because my keyboard is on low battery. Anyway, so it does come with a USB cable, additional keycaps, which are kind of nice and kind of confusing. I'll get back into that. A switch puller and a keycap puller, and also a manual. So let's get the USB cable out of the way. It is a USB Type-C to USB Type-A 1.5 meter long cable. This is a very basic cable, so I'm assuming a lot of you guys would have had used a coiled cable or any other USB Type-C cable. For me, I'm using a coiled gray cable. So the size of this keyboard, since it is a 60% layout, size is pretty compact with a size of 12.2 by 5.39 by 1.73 inches. And this keyboard weighs at 1.91 pounds, which is fairly good weight for a 60% keyboard. It's not heavy, it's not light, it's just right. So it is fully hot swappable. It has a ton of RGB settings, which I'll get into later, and is very compatible with a lot of devices as well as consoles. It has been advertised to be compatible with consoles, so if you have a console, sign out. So my first experience with this keyboard, not only is it my first experience with a Womier keyboard, it is my first experience using a 60% layout keyboard. Basically, I went from a full-size keyboard into a TKL keyboard into a 60% keyboard, so we're getting smaller and smaller in here. So far, my experience was great. It did have compromises wherein you have to press function I to access the arrow keys, which in my opinion is a good implementation. I don't know if all 60% keyboards does that. So also in the numbers up top, the function keys are also where they are. So that's function 1 from 1 until function 12 in the equals and plus sign. For the keycaps, I have just recently bought pudding keycaps. So these ones are also pudding keycaps, but a bit more translucent. The one I have bought is a bit more frosted in design. The keyboard, on the other hand, is fully translucent, so I myself enjoy RGB, as you can see. So seeing the keyboard almost fully RGB is really great for me. Of course, you have the option of turning the lights off the keyboard, but for me, I really enjoy using it. So I was sent with Automo Red switches. As I said, this keyboard is fully hot swappable, so I can use any switches. I'm very new to customizing or modding a keyboard, so if you guys have any suggestions on what's the best switch to use with a 60% keyboard like Womier with the WK61, for now I'm thinking of getting a Gateron yellow milky switches. So with my experience with the Automo Reds with the Womier WK61, I'm fairly surprised with the sound. I know a lot of keyboard enthusiasts that likes modding would not be satisfied with the sound the Womier WK61 provides, but for me it is I am quite impressed, honestly. It's silent, it sounds good for me, what the WK61 with Automo Reds sounds like. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm quite impressed with the sound of the Automo Reds. I am aware that the WK61 inside is pretty hollow, and I was able to open the keyboard up. Just a reminder, I have never modded keyboards. I have only swapped switches and keycaps. That's it, that's all. So for now, I just opened up the keyboard. So inside the keyboard, it has a metal plate, and it also has a thin foam layer in between the PCB and the metal plate. For any one of you who mods keyboards, that thin foam layer should be removed and replaced with something else to have a better sound quality inside the keyboard. For me, honestly, I'm gonna keep the keyboard as it is for now, since I haven't tried any modding yet. I don't wanna ruin the keyboard. I might buy something cheaper instead to test out modding, but for now that will be the Womier WK61. So how was my experience using the WK61? For casual using it, since I'm not fairly used to using a 60% layout keyboard, I did have a learning curve with using the arrow keys. So of course I always have to press the function key and I to access the arrow keys. It's not really a hassle, but there is a convenience with using a TKL or any keyboard that has a dedicated arrow keys. That's my only take on it. Other than that, with gaming, especially gaming, editing, I quite enjoy using it. I think the main target of a 60% layout keyboard are for gamers, especially FPS gamers. FPS gamers tend to use a lot of the desk space. I have also gone into the realm of tilting the keyboard, even if it is just a 60% keyboard. I don't know if it helps, but kind of feels good. Also, I only play League and Valorant, so you might expect it more when playing Valorant. For League, only a slight tilt. I enjoy using it for playing. So for gaming, this is a really great keyboard. I highly suggest you get these, especially if you enjoy RGB, since it is a translucent design, putting keycaps and translucent case. For editing, of course there are a lot of keyboard shortcuts for when you're editing, so I don't really recommend this for editors. Maybe for programmers, I know some people enjoy using a 60% layout keyboard with programming, so I highly recommend this for programmers as well. For editors, personally, as an editor, not really. I tend to switch to using my TKL keyboard instead for editing, but this still does the job if you only have a 60% keyboard. So what are my final thoughts with the WK61? I really enjoy using it. So after work, which is mostly editing, so I use my TKL keyboard for that. I will switch to the WK61 because I would just casually scroll and play games like League and Valorant, so I do enjoy using the WK61 more than a larger form factor, which is a TKL keyboard that I have. I also enjoy typing with this keyboard. I don't know, for me as a newbie in the modding keyboard world, the sound is really good for me. Let me know if it sounds good as well, if my mic did justice to the sound. If not, also, like I said, comment down below on what switch do you think is best for the WK61. For now, I have only swapped the keycaps into my more frosted pudding keycaps, which I feel like it looks better. So yeah, I really enjoy using this keyboard. Thank you to Womier for reaching out to me to review their keyboard. I hope you guys are interested in buying this. For now, they are available at Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. Right now, it is priced at $44.99 US on Amazon. But to my Filipino viewers, if you are able to find the Womier WK61 on any online shop, it ranges at around 2,800 pesos to 2,600 to 3,600, I think. If you are able to buy it, let me know in the comments where you were able to get it to someone who will be able to buy it at the cheapest price. I will pin a comment down below so that you can guys check out where others was able to buy it. So again, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Womier WK61 60% mechanical keyboard. Highly recommend for gamers, for casual users, for people who likes modding, since this is very modular. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time. Ciao.